going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast, episode 680 of the O Show. We are live from the Hot Chick in Scottsdale, Arizona, Old Town. I've lived here for 7 years. This is my 5th time total here. I can count on the top of my hand. I don't know. I'm just not a party guy, but we are, thankful for the Hot Chick having us out here. Thanks to Logan Walton and everybody here, Corey as well for having us out here. Vacation JJ Garcia on the show today. Thank you so much for coming out.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Ever since I've been out here, I'm like, I have to reach out to JJ because you're connected. We know Mike Spangenberg over at State 48.
Correct.
We have connections here.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I watched a little bit of Total Bellas growing up. As a big pro wrestling fan, I'm like, I'll check it out.
Right.
But as you said, reality TV it's tough.
It's a tough one. Yeah.
It's a tough gig.
It's a wild gig. Yeah. It's I don't know if I wish it upon anyone.
Yeah.
But you know what? Actually, I'm also blessed I got to do it because the cool part about reality TV is that you get to do a lot of cool stuff with your family. Yeah. That was actually the coolest part about it. So doing trips with like my sisters, my mom, sometimes my dad would come in. My parents are divorced, so that was the cool part about it. Now exposing your life. Mm-hmm. You get about 2 million opinions coming at you about your life. That's the hard part. Mm-hmm. You have some thick skin. I was the guy who was pretty much rebuttaling to everybody who had a bad comment about me for like the first year, and then I realized like it was just a waste of time.
Like on Twitter and social media. Because they find a way to kind of scourge your heart. You're like, that hit.
Like, you're a dick.
I am insecure about that.
You treat your sisters like a dick. I'm like, dude, they're my older sisters. I'm the younger brother. We're siblings. Like,
that's so natural.
It's so natural. I'm like, this is what happens. I'm like, and my sister and I are best friends. I was just with them this week. I just flew in from San Antonio today, and we all went and spent Mother's Day with my grandma, and my mom was there. And
perfect.
Me and my sisters are best friends, but if you have siblings understand.
Right.
We just sort of get into it, right? But we get to air it. Most people, your parents yell at you, and that's the end of the day. Us, we get yelled at, but the rest of the world gets to see.
And then it's like ding, ding, ding. You're like, oh, Twitter's going off.
Yeah, exactly what it is. I'm like, well, I'm not that big of a prick. I'm like, I can be a prick sometimes, but it's like...
Because you've probably had those like really awkward, emotional, real conversations, whether it be with your sisters, your mom, your dad throughout your life. Like, we've all had them where it's like, oh, that stinks, but like the rest of the world has seen it. Like, maybe not like some of them. You probably had way more emotional ones before you guys even started the show. Maybe even as a kid growing up.
Right.
But like, it still stings to have 600 people coming after you.
100%.
That you don't even know, and it still bothers you.
Right, and they just don't and like a lot of people don't understand. Like, so, especially when it comes to my sisters, because they're obviously celebrities. That it is, people who love Brie and they love Nicole so much. So, if I get upset with them at all, they're just like, "You're a dick," you're this, you're that. I'm like, relax, like we're cool, but that's also part of it, and I guess also keeps people engaged. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, viewership is viewership, right?
Like your brother-in-law Brian said that he hated, right? He just did not like the reality TV aspect of anything.
That man would go live in a hut in the middle of the forest if he
had like a log cabin.
Oh yeah,
no Wi-Fi.
He's even arrested. First off, he's absolutely amazing on the mic, phenomenal on the mic. He's one of the best wrestlers of all time.
He is.
But all he wants to do is go wrestle and go home. Wrestle and go home. That's what he loves. And I understand it. And he wants to be quiet, hidden at home. Like, he doesn't want that. I always tell him, like, man, you are so good. And he's quick-witted. And I'm like, but he's like, I don't like that. I don't like that part. I'll do it. It's part of the job. Mm-hmm. But I'll do it. But he just doesn't like it. Like, so for him, and then can you imagine, he doesn't like doing it at wrestling, which he loves to wrestle. He doesn't like doing the mic part. And then we're like, hey, can you have a camera shoved in your face for about 8 hours a day and, hit beats and do this and that? And he's just like, this is hell, which I totally get, like I only had to do, it was, you film for what, 6 weeks, right? It could be a little more. So it's like, it seemed really quick for me, but in between him filming, he's out wrestling, doing all that. So I get his point of view. It's tough, but again, there's also a lot of pros to it. So being a family.
I feel like the first few seasons of that show too, you guys were all hit with pretty like trial periods of your life.
Yeah.
Like Brian was going through the period where he was forced to retire
Correct.
the first time.
Yep.
at the time, Nicole was going through her stuff with John Cena.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
And then you were going through stuff with
My ex-wife.
Lauren,
Yeah.
right? Like, those are probably the most tough periods of your life, and you have producers and directors being like, oh, use it.
Oh, they love it. And like for Lauren and I, when we did the renewal of our vows, and people think, oh, it's staged. Like, no, that was just, we really actually did that. We went through a really rough patch in our marriage at that time, renew our vows, and just for Lauren and I, it didn't work out in the end. That's fine. We're good friends. We're good co-parents. But it was, I'm just like, that's stuff you like keep from friends and shit, only your closest friends and family sort of know about that stuff. And I'm sitting here with 4 cameras around me filming all this crap. And I'm like, it was really weird, and we had to have a lot of powwows, my sisters and I, where it's like, and this is what you do have to think about, is that people connect. Like, people go through this as well. And so whether my sister's going through a hard time, when my sister broke her neck, or her and Cena's thing, or Brianna had her pregnancy, which was really tough for her. I think she had like 36-hour labor and then emergency C-section. You don't want to show that, but then at the end of the day, it's like, you know how many people have a really tough marriage and have to renew their vows and figure it out, or show the divorce, which we didn't. But just all this, like Nicole's trial and tribulations with John, like, it's really hard to show that. But then so many people connect. Like, listen, my mom had cerebral palsy, and she's half her face goes, and she's like, no. Once she got out and started came out to the world, I had 1,000 messages to me being like, "Do you thank your mom for me? I went through this, and I thought I was alone in the world, and now I don't feel alone anymore." And I'm just like, wow. I'm like, okay, now I get it. So we didn't have to have those powwows all the time, be like, I know this is really tough, like for you and Lauren to go show this side. Yeah. Because let's be real, like, what everyone knew us by was Instagram life, which is the highlight reel, right? They think that her and I were freaking skipping through, freaking bed of roses all day, whatever, and we had a tough relationship. It was tough. But the nice part is that people reach out like, holy crap, I didn't see that part of you, Lauren. Thank you. Like, me and my husband are having a hard time. Yeah. But now, I feel like I'm not alone. I could, work on it. And, we spoke about therapy, all that stuff. So that's the cool part. It's still really tough to show.
Did you realize that as you were doing it, or did it take someone reaching out to you being like, oh, I can really relate to this right now? And then you kind of realize, oh, the good part of your heart is like, we can help so many people here.
It's more, honestly, with me, it's more my sisters. They put me aside, like, listen, because they did Total Divas for a while, where they put their life out there and like, listen, it is hard at the beginning, but I promise you, once you see the reaction, once you see people who went through, you're gonna have your haters. It's just part of the deal. You're on TV, you're gonna have haters. Yeah. And then, but they're like, once you see this, like, you're gonna see all these people be like, holy crap, I'm going through this. Thank you for putting it out there, because I felt alone. And I'm like, all right, my sisters are my best friends, so I trust falled, and it all worked out. I got so many messages being like, thank you for letting us know that, like, you guys aren't just perfect, because my marriage isn't perfect. Yeah. So it's really cool that way, and it's nice to know that you could touch people through a reality show.
Because you probably grew up, you were reality TV.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Absolutely not.
I didn't ever watch the show.
Because honestly, like, I've never watched reality television. I immediately conclude that it's just kind of like, they're not real actors, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, right? That'll probably be the one that everybody looks at and they're just like, is it really that interesting, or is it just a bunch of normal people who are celebrities just kind of going through their daily lives and doing nothing? You guys had a lot of interesting things come up.
I know. Oh my gosh, you talk about time. Our lives are so wild. Man, all of us have been through hell and back and had wild stories, and like some stuff that people wouldn't believe. Like, there's stuff, we had enough stuff that didn't even make it, but we did. We had a lot, and because I'll tell you the truth. What sort of happens is, like, because we obviously live our life every day. Yeah. What happens? So, like, hey, what happened last 3 months? And obviously not everything's pure reality, but you go back on what happened in our life, and then we expose that, right? Show it. But you film a lot of reality. Like, there's an episode. Is that scene in this house? And Josie bit John.
The Frenchie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Geez.
And that's Brianna's dog. Brianna's there. She's flying to go wrestle somewhere. It's me, Nicole, and John. And it bit John, and he's like, get this dog out of here. Like, all this. I mean, and people are like, oh, this is staged. I'm like, that's not staged. You
can't train a dog to do
I
that.
did not know how, and she was so sweet, but for some reason, she saw John at that moment. Was like, I'm going to bite this dude. She bit him. And then Nicole instantly shut off and just wanted me to start taking pictures. It's really weird, like on a floaty, because that's who she is. She's like, all right, I'm going to hop on the Swan now. I'm like, yo, our sister's dog just bit John, your man, and he wants to get this dog out of here, and we're supposed to be watching a dog, and like, you just want to start taking pictures? I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, what's happened, dude?
It's like they're the guests in the house too, where it's like you kind of have to like navigate the situation, kind of take charge.
And at that time, we sort of walked on eggshells around John. Now,
so was he just like a tough dude to live
at
with?
the beginning, for Nicole, I'm sure for Nicole, it was tough for Nicole, but I will tell you one thing. Nicole sort of broke down his barriers, and then so you sort of walked on eggshells, especially his house. His house is like a museum. It's beautiful, worth, whatever. And then all of a sudden, when me and him, I think, really broke our barrier was Nicole's traveling overseas. They just bought a dog, and he had his shoulder redone. And so Nicole's like, he's like, I'll pay you to come help me with the dog. And she sort of helped me in Tampa. I'm like, cool. Mm-hmm. So we had 2 weeks together. And we go to breakfast every morning, dinner, all this stuff. We hang out. And I was like, and then we realized we lived the same comedy, all this stuff. And then after that, he just sort of, he opened up to me. I opened up to him. And I told him, like, yo, I walk around eggshells. He's like, don't do that. He's like, man, I know I can be a little tough. He's like, that breaks. He's like, we can fix it type deal. Right. I was like, cool. I'm like, and then after that, dude, me and him, I mean, I still chat, I still text him today, and he's a good, he's a good dude. And he really opened up, and Nicole definitely softened him up a little bit, which he needed. And he'd probably tell you that too, and, obviously people change you throughout your life.
Yeah.
And I know they didn't end up together, and that was meant to be, but she was definitely meant to be in his life because she really softened him up as a man. And now he's married, and I know he's in love and with his new wife, which is great. And who knows if that wouldn't happen if you didn't have Nicole, because she softened him as a person. It was
part of the journey.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's a great dude. Yeah, and Nicole's Artem's amazing. Her husband is phenomenal. I love him to death. And they're just absolutely meant to be together. So, it all works out. So
yeah. At the end of the day, it's like you have those connecting dots, and you're like, oh, this is cool. Like, we all have peace of mind now, knowing that this is part of our stories. Like, everybody respects one another. And it's very interesting to see. And then Brianna and Brian have been married for almost like 10 years now, right?
Almost 10 years, yeah, because they were like 3 years behind me, and I'd be at 12. Yeah. I think they're about to be at 10 or at 10.
So you were the first out of the three.
I was the first, yeah. I got married. Laura and I were 25. 37, yeah. So I was a baby.
37 is like the new 27.
It
honestly.
is.
Like, as long as you're staying in shape, you're fine.
Exactly. Yeah. As long I definitely mean to stay in the gym for sure, because actually, I'm not gonna lie, and this might be a little gross, right? But I just imagine being on top of a girl and what she has to look at, and then I think about what I'd want a girl to look like if she's when I'm with her. Well, I don't want a slob. Yeah. Right. So I'm like, I'm not going to give her a slob.
Like, you have those moments where you're just overthinking some stuff. Right. You're like, oh my God, I would want this. And you're like running to EOS Fitness.
Like, I don't want some where I'm like, why are you on top of me type, so I think about that. So I'm like, your ass in the gym, which is a really weird motivation, by the way.
Well, also like being around during those years of filming Total Bellas, you have John Cena, who's just in wicked shape all the time. And then Brian, who's just like the healthiest dude on the planet.
And
you got to think like, okay, maybe I should
and then you think right now I'm around Artem, he's a professional dancer. I'm like
his stamina is probably insane.
I'm like, you motherfuckers.
Right?
I'm like, all right. So I mean, and you know what, I'll tell you though, Scottsdale, Phoenix, this whole valley, a lot of people stay in shape here. Like I just love San Antonio. San Antonio, beautiful people there.
A lot of barbecue.
A lot of barbecue. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. There's a lot of barbecue over there. Where here, I mean, it sucks because the gyms are so packed, but it's awesome because the gyms are so packed.
Mm-hmm. I was just telling my first guest today, I'm like, I literally took a lap around EOS Fitness today. I was so angry that like there's people doing shoulder like laterals scraping the people next to him. I'm like, I can't do this. I'll come back at like midnight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's just that aspect of it is frustrating. I grew up on the East Coast, so
Boston, I'm assuming.
Jersey.
Oh, the Wicked you just threw out.
A lot of family from Boston.
Okay,
so I'm there
right.
often.
Right.
But like October through March, it's like one day it could be 60, the next it's snowing.
Right.
So it's like being fit here, I think, is easier because it's always 75 degrees and sunny. You know?
Well, my ex is from Syracuse, and we went, for whatever reason, we always win in the winter. We did fall one time, which your guys' fall is amazing East Coast. But we always do winter, and I'm like, all right, let's go to the gym. And I'm like putting on like 8 layers to go to the gym. And then you get in the gym, you have to take off the 8 layers, you work out, and you put it back on, you get in the house, you take it. I'm like, it's a lot to go work out here in the winter. I'm like, I understand why people get their winter coats here. You know?
Yeah, but like, it's like I came here for school like 7 years ago. I'm like, everyone's got a 6-pack, everybody's tan. And like, I need to adapt quick, man. Yeah,
because you look at everyone, you're like, well, if I'm not working, I'm gonna be the one left out.
Especially the Scottsdale area. I don't see it so much in Phoenix or Mesa or Tempe. I guess a little bit Tempe and Scottsdale. I feel like everybody looks awesome.
Right. It's a lot of beautiful people here.
It's like everybody's got the sleeve, everybody's got the watch. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they're like, uh-oh. I know, but it's good because it's a healthy lifestyle, at least. As long as you're doing it the right way.
Yeah. And how far away would you say you're from the Hot Chick where we're at right now, where you grew up?
Oh, where I grew up, I'm about 15 minutes. So I went to Chaparral High School. It's about 15 minutes away, and I grew up right next to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're just born and bred.
Born and raised.
Was there any part of you that wanted to leave? Or you always loved it?
I did. I left. I left for, when I was 20 years old, I left for about 7 years.
That's a good port. That's a perfect.
I did, yeah. I mean, I did New York City, San Francisco, Tampa, San Diego, and San Luis Obispo.
So you got out. San Luis Obispo is amazing.
Slow. Oh, you know Slow.
Central Coast, yeah.
Slow's phenomenal. Yeah, I did a year there with my cousin, and I'll tell you now, it's probably the best year of my life. Wait, besides when my daughters were born. But
when you became a father,
yeah,
of course.
But as a single person and young, best year of my life was San Luis Obispo.
I had an internship there one summer, and I'm like,
awesome.
just Morro Bay and all these I'm like, this is like the best place in the universe.
and Morro Bay.
Like I felt like I was off the grid.
Right.
Like it.
Did you ever go to Bull's Tavern?
Yes.
Did you ever take a bull sweat?
Never. They offered. I was like, not tonight.
I turned 21 when I was there, and they made me do a bull sweat. And yeah, I'm happy you didn't do it. Yeah. I'm glad I'm alive.
So explain to the people what that is, because it is a small town. And
so they make the shot in this, which they've been working all night.
Gross.
And then so they do a little shot in that, and the lady, squeezes it, basically pours it into the shot, and she grabs it, spits in it, and hands it to me. Yep. She goes, "Happy you're 21." I'm like, "I'm not."
Wow.
I'm not.
So this is,
and of course you have to take it, right? Like all the boys are around. Like I'm like, but. I'm glad I don't have like hepatitis or anything.
Logan, what's the shot around here where you get slaps? The hurricane?
It's called a hurricane shot.
So a hurricane shot.
I've been seeing that on Instagram, I think, lately.
Instagram, right?
We have one of our bartenders, Ellie. We've now just called
it's a woman that does it, right?
We always call her Hurricane Ellie. She sits there with whatever they want to take a shot of, a bottle, dumps the bottle in their mouth, splashes it with water, and slaps the shit.
So, okay. Does she put stuff on her hand or no? That's the one I've seen.
We have seen the baby powder ones, but that's like a LeBron James style.
Okay.
But now that you brought it up, it might happen soon.
So then everyone knows who took that shot.
Yeah.
Just
they take the shot, you dump it, you get slapped. It's like a Stephanie McMahon type slap.
Yeah.
You just get.
Or Nikki Bella, because she slapped the hell out of me.
Really?
Oh, actually, rest in peace. We did a Jerry Springer segment. That's
right.
I did.
That's right.
The only time I ever been on WWE was Monday Night Raw, and it's Jerry Springer and Nicole, and she's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Just slap the hell out of me." She's like, "Oh, that'll be easy." I'm like, "I know."
She like just turned heel, right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And she laid in. I'm like, "You didn't hold back, that's for sure." When we got back, I'll tell you, it was like the biggest high I've ever had in my life. It's crazy. You feel like you're on like cloud 9 when you get off. You're like, "Get me back." I was like so scared of walking down the ramp. And then once you get in the back, once it's done, I'm like, "Get me back out there."
Yeah.
Like, I want to go back out, but my jaw was hurting a little bit from Nicole.
And I know it's just a slap and it's coming from your sister too, but like, is there any sort of clause where like you get paid money for physical abuse?
Nope.
In there? Because I've had interviews with a few like Michael Cole and Todd Grisham, a few people that have worked there as commentators who had to take bumps from wrestlers every now and then.
Right.
They're just like, it's like $500 just for a bump.
And they might, they're just like, "JJ, you want to come?" I'm like, "Sure." And they're like, "Cool."
You're right.
I didn't get
It's
paid.
just a slap.
They flew me out there.
It's like I get to be on Monday Night Raw
Yeah,
with
like-
one of the most controversial TV hosts of all
Yeah.
time, Jerry Springer.
Right. Oh, I'll tell you, that guy's a legend. He flew in, I think it had to be an hour before we're going out. He read it once, I got it, gave him it, and he just nailed it. I'm like, you're a pro.
Because everybody's like,
Stephanie McMahon took me in the back because I
Jerry.
kept forgetting my lines. And she's like, you're going to be fine. I'm like, am I going to be fine? I'm like, I can't even remember it in front of you and Hunter or Triple H and Jerry. I'm like, and then you want me to go out live Monday Night Raw in front of these people remember it? She's like, yeah, you got it. I'm like, all right.
I feel like you didn't have to like perform to the best like they can though.
Right.
It's like, he's just the brother that.
The brother, yeah, exactly.
It's like he doesn't have to be on.
And I wore like the tightest suit ever for some reason. I'm trying
You
to
wanted
walk
look good
down.
on national television.
Yeah,
You're like,
I
you
know,
gotta
like,
do something.
well, Triple H's like, I hope they rip. He's like, you're wearing underwear, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I hope they rip. It'd be even better for TV. I'm like, I don't. It's like my only suit, and I'm broke, dude.
Yeah.
He guy's like young and broke, and
That's a good group of people to be collaborating with. Like Paul's doing a great job right now as like the head of creative, basically, and then you have Jerry Springer who's probably telling you like it's gonna be a piece of cake.
100%.
I've been doing this forever.
Yeah, and I got to meet Vince that night, and Vince was awesome. So
It's funny. Some people are like Vince is like a father to me, and other people
Yeah.
who are bitter are like I hated that.
He
guy.
was scary. He's just intimidating. I mean, he's this billionaire who started this company, right? I mean, he's raised in a trailer park.
Yep.
You know, and but he came up, he's like, "Good job, son." Give me a pat on the back. He's like, "All right," and then he got right back to business, obviously. But I was like, "All right, cool." Okay.
You got the pat.
Yeah.
I don't even think Shane McMahon got the pat until like he came back or something. It's like,
I
oh,
will tell
cool,
you.
they got it.
I will tell you when you go back. I mean, obviously, I've been backstage, 1,000 times. All the wrestlers are so respectful. Like when they find out, especially if you're a family member, like they'll run up and they'll shake your hand every single time. Then they'll run up, make sure they shake your hand and or give you a hug, whatever it is. And so all the wrestlers have a lot of respect in that aspect, which is really cool. No one's ever shrugged me off and been like a dick. Like
Yeah.
no one. Like Randy Orton just come up, just like chilled with me and like talked and. We had some good conversations, and I'm just like, and they don't need to do that. You know how busy those guys are? I'm like, but they go out of their way to do it. So that's one thing. That respect aspect of that whole industry is really cool.
And you never, I mean, I know you tried like.
I did go. I went and tried
it
out. Yeah, when I was 21.
Like bulked up a little bit.
Yeah, I got to like
trained a little.
210, which is like massive for me. That time they only wanted people 6'3" and taller, and I'm only 6 foot.
Yeah.
And it just, I did some training, and I was like, this just ain't for me. And thank God, because I'm a psycho, so I'm sure I would have broke my neck by now for sure.
You think?
So yeah, once you get especially once I did the whole Jerry Springer thing, when you get that energy, I would have done anything.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll try a double backflip right now and probably just land on my neck. Like, yeah.
Or like Brian's doing it like in the ring, like off the turnbuckle, just flipping.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh my God! Like for him to do that, especially after he retired the first time, you're like, oh, he's just back to doing it like
Yeah,
he
force retired.
He never left.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that was a rough period.
Oh yeah.
games
Well,
and
because all he
hustle.
did is love wrestling. But you know what? He really worked on his brain. He did everything, and he had, I think it was like literally like 6 doctors or something, and they all cleared him, including like WWE's finally their main doctor.
Yeah.
Cleared, and they're like, well, we can't hold you back now. I mean, and he paid for it on his own. That wasn't WWE paying for it. He did it on his own
Of course.
because he loved it so much. And so they're like, well, you're cleared. Why wouldn't they want him? He's one of the biggest names of all time. So.
And he inspired multiple people to do it. I know it was Paige, who's now, I forget her name in AEW. She uses her real name.
Is it Rhea? You're
No,
talking about Soraya?
Soraya.
Sorry.
There you go, Soraya. And then Adam Copeland, Edge. Obviously a different thing with his neck, but even he was probably like, well, maybe I can get back into. He's like, I'm already doing like physical roles and acting and stuff.
Right,
maybe I
right.
can see if I can get cleared.
Right. And
And
Soraya,
now-
Soraya's an awesome person. My sister's always very close to her. Amazing person too. Edge, awesome. They're all, yeah. I mean, it's good. It's actually a good little knit family when you think about it. So.
You got to think, right?
Yeah.
Especially like when they're on the road all the time. Like,
And they're all competition. Think about it. They all want to be the main event. But
Mhm.
you can't be.
I also feel like once you know, like, oh, we're the elite, like we're good.
Right.
Brian's situation way different than like John Cena, right? Where
Correct.
John was at the very beginning very tough, but once he found it, he became the
Yeah.
guy. Where Brian was always,
No,
it was just an uphill battle
I think Brian got fired like twice.
for being just like ruthless, like just
Too
much
short
aggression,
or this or that, but the fans were like, nope, bring him back. And
just a favorite.
the one thing I'll tell you about Vince McMahon, he likes that money. So he's
It's all
like,
about
right.
flipping dollar bills. That's all it is, right?
He literally went over the crowd where the crowd's like, you're not getting rid of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. Like, this is our dude. And they fell in love with him. And clearly you see where it's gone there, you know.
Oh, yeah. So with you three growing up here, they get into pro wrestling. Obviously, there's probably a lot more behind it. What did, like, you're an entrepreneur yourself, right?
Right.
Were you always that way? Was it always like I was always creative?
So yeah, my grandfather moved out from Philly in the 50s, and he worked for which would become his wife. Their family selling seed, and then he started his own company. He's an entrepreneur, grew it very big. My uncles took over it. My mom started her own company here in 1999, a recruiting firm. My sisters just sort of went out and did their own thing. So actually, I worked for family a lot. And actually, I work for my mom now.
Yeah.
But I had to break off and I did my own thing, and it was going well. I was with Andrew Weber and my boy Brian, and we really were starting to grow this company, but unfortunately COVID hit, and everything had to do with bars and events. So instantly it shut down. So we sort of pivoted and we're doing stuff, and what made me go back to the family business was I got divorced.
Yeah.
So once the divorce happened, I was like, okay, I need a steady income, not a questionable one, because entrepreneurship's it's very questionable.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And we're at the beginning. So I went back to recruiting, and obviously, so I run the biz dev, my mother and I, and we have a cool little firm, and now I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And I'm also the predecessor of that company. So I'm really learning the operations, the whole deal, which is a lot of fun now. And my mom, like my sister, my mom, my best friends, those three women. So for me to get to, my first call every morning is my mom.
Yeah.
We talk about life every morning, and then we hang up in the hour later. We start talking about it, and once business starts, it's like business, and we have so much fun like growing this business. So, and it sent me all around, man. I mean, I'm going to Miami, Chicago. I'm popping around, just trying to like close clients, and that is what I love. I'm a salesman to my heart. Yeah. I love getting in front of people, selling, because I truly believe what we do is the right thing. And so it's easy to sell for me, and I just love it. So, we help companies grow, and we help people advance in their careers. Mm-hmm. It's great.
It's almost like a win-win, especially when I'm doing you a service here with
Correct.
the product. As I'm sure you've sold products where you kind of didn't believe in it too.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
There's a reason.
I worked for colleges, which I don't really believe in college. That's just me. My daughters will probably have to go, but because of my ex-wife. But I don't believe in the education system so much.
Yeah.
I'm more of that entrepreneur. I wish there was a school that just taught you about entrepreneurship and how to do your damn taxes and how to invest your money. My kids should go there no matter what.
Well, you need the people that are so anti-college to come and teach those seminars to be like, you can make so much more money working for yourself if you find that niche and believe in yourself and have that grit to do it.
Oh, 100%. And it's like, if it was me, I would treat high school as trade schools, where you test kids where their brain goes, right? You have engineers or sales, and then you almost send them to the school of a trade school for that. So when they are 15, they're learning sort of how their brain works. Like one of my best friends, Frank Turk, engineer through and through, numbers man. I mean, metrics through and through, and he kills it today. He's doing great. But if they would have tested him at like 13, 14, they would have known that. And then you send him to like a trade school and high school, that he would probably be more than what he is now, which would be tough because he kills it. But, honestly, it's like for me, I didn't need to sit there and learn about fucking history and all that. I just didn't. I was ADHD. I didn't give a crap about it. But you would have put me in sales and entrepreneurship and investing, I'd be in a lot better position I am now, I'm not saying I'm in a bad position, but I'm just saying, like, that's what I think. And how to do your taxes, because, going to, H&R Block, for the first, 6 years, your own money. It's just stuff like that. I think but.
And it's ridiculous how, especially because I graduated school a couple years back, high school 6-7 years ago. We didn't learn any of this stuff. Right. How to buy a house, how to do your taxes, like all the essential things you think you would want. Like,
that you need to live and survive.
Like why did I learn
budget?
Geometry?
Like budgeting. That's all stuff you need to survive. And they're just like, yeah, exactly. Here's trigonometry. Yeah. Good luck. Last time I used, true, what do they say? what's the math? The one that, you know, reads like X and Y and all that crap. Anyways, I don't use that
Algebra?
ever. Algebra, thank
Algebra,
you.
yeah.
That's the one we always used to say.
That was the one I was.
I don't remember the last time I used algebra, you know,
Yeah.
but you made me take it. And it's like, you know, but now if you're an engineer, you might need algebra.
Mm-hmm.
And cool, so they would go take that. But it is what it is. And the Rockefellers, you know, they created our institution.
Yeah.
And
It's like anything else, though. Like if you know what you want and you know what needs to be done, you'll do it. Where it's
100%.
like someone who wants to be a content creator doing stuff like this. It's like in algebra, I don't need to do this. Why do I need to show up? And
Right.
then your teacher, like I had a teacher in high school, was just kind of like, I don't know why we're teaching you this. Just shut up and listen, and we'll get through the class.
Right.
Like, well, you're being transparent, but I'm still wasting my time.
right. Because right now, all you guys like Instagram, like this is how you make a lot of money. And it's like, you know, this is probably a scam.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you sort of have to dive in as a content creator. As you said, you have to dive in, figure out, you know, my ex-wife, she's a blogger. And her and I, we started coming together, and you had to like dive in. We both sort of just dove in and like, you know, through trials, tribulations, we had to figure it out. We had to figure all this stuff out. And it was tough. It would have been really nice if we had people being like, you want to go like this way with that, this sort of how you want your own look, but this is how you grow the business part of it,
Yeah.
you know? And we just didn't have that. And we didn't, you know, we got taken advantage of. We had, you know, we just had to learn for ourselves, which that's okay. But again, if someone had taught us, I would have taken that.
Oh, 100%.
You know, it's like,
I think when you look back at it, especially in your experience, you're probably like, I'm thankful that, you know, I got screwed over because I can learn from it. I know the stinging feeling of when that happens, so I'll never let it happen again.
100%.
But like the easy way is to like, read someone's book and actually,
Correct.
because there's so many good books out there today where I'm
Right.
like, I would never make that mistake. Just check it
100%.
off. Just as long as I'm intentional about it and I
Right.
know certain situations, because you've probably been in business like boardrooms where you're like, do I really trust this guy?
Right.
And I've been in them too, where I'm like, I kind of have a weird feeling about this guy, the way he's selling me.
Oh, 100%. And the other thing is that when you're young and like, okay, we're going to, you know, we'll pay you 20 grand to do all this stuff. Like, cool. And then you're signing this contract. Well, we're so young, we can afford lawyers.
Yeah.
So we're trying to read through it. And I'm like, I think we're good. And you're like, okay, sign it. And then all of a sudden they're like putting our content everywhere. We're like, what are you doing? Like, well, look, you missed on article 75 on the 50th page. We're like, oh God, you know, it's like, so you get taken advantage of, obviously, but again, you know, you learn and live, and
they know you're not reading all of those details either.
I'm like,
that's why they design it that way.
I hate reading in general, so I'm like, if they're gonna read a damn 50-page contract, it's like with lawyer speech in it, like, you know, Pampers is sending it over, and we're like sitting here with our, you know, like acting like we know what we're doing, and but it's you know, we learn and it's good learning, but again, I rather learned in like school to not make that mistake in the first place. So.
No.
Where now I can actually teach someone, be like, yeah, don't do that shit. Get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know your lawyer might cost you $800, $1,000 to read over that. It's worth it.
It's like you got to give money to get it in return.
Yeah,
like a lot of people don't make those risks.
Right, you got to invest and make, you know, and unfortunately, you got to also invest money to protect, which is the number one thing in the world right now is protect yourself, protect your brand, and protect yourself. Correct, and that is the thing everyone needs to know. Like you ask, you know, ask Spank. Ask any of these guys that own companies, my buddy, my boy Freddie, any of them, they'll tell you protect yourself first, no matter what. You know, it's you know, because when you have to defend yourself in certain situations, it's cost you money. It's just money down the drain, and especially in a world today where you know, especially inflation, how bad our economy is. Everything right now, people are so money hungry to get $1 out of someone. They just want to get it out of you instead of working hard for it. You know, they'll like they might stub their toe and be like, I'm coming for you. It's stupid.
Battery and assault.
Right?
See you in court.
And guess what? They'll probably have a lawyer for free represent them, hot chick, Corey, all these, and then the jocks, whatever. They're going to have to pay for it. And that's what freaking sucks, dude. It happened to us at JBN. A lady came in. She tried to get a job. She was like 60. She comes in like, I mean, I don't even think I can make her hair as messed up as it was. Missing teeth, cussing, horrible language, clearly shouldn't get hired.
Yeah.
And then she filed a lawsuit against us on ageism, saying that it's only young people that work there. It cost us like $7,000 to protect ourselves, cost her $0. So, and then we were like, you know, I was like, can we countersue for her to cover? And they're like, you think you're gonna get that from her?
Yeah.
No. And it's like, I'm like, this is so dumb. I'm like, I don't understand how this works, but so that's what, you know, you just got to protect yourself.
Yeah. It's almost she like almost tried to outsmart everybody too. She probably didn't have the finances too. It's like, oh, this is an opportunity. Like, I need to get myself in shape.
Yeah.
Look at all these Scottsdale people. You know, like my teeth aren't in order. Like all of a sudden you see, oh, she's got nicer teeth, nicer
Right?
car, smells better.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean that's just difficult to go through. I'm
It
sure
is.
like kids don't want to learn this stuff, and I know I always say like, especially I'll ask my parents. It's like, why didn't you teach me how to do this when I was younger? It's like you wouldn't have listened. Like you
Right.
just wanted to be a kid. I'm
True.
sure there's times where it's like you look at your kids and you're like, you need to do certain things, and they're probably just like, what are you talking about? Dad?
Yeah. They're
I
like,
don't need to know.
oh,
that stuff.
especially right now, no way. But
That's like future us to worry about. You know?
100%. And I think once you get sort of the high school, that's when you need to be like, all right, you're going to sit down and listen. This is sort of, you need to learn some things. I get it. You want to go out and party, do an hour of this, and then go have fun.
Yeah.
You need to learn about the real world because it's about to slap you in the face here in about 4 or 5 years. So,
Oh, all of a sudden, like you can't go out on Saturday night because
Right.
you got to take care of certain things.
right. It's part of it, man.
Are your kids at all indulged into like social media and content creation or anything like that?
No.
Thank
I'm
goodness.
very, very against it. The only way they're in it is my ex puts them on hers and like photo shoots. And I believe, and I'm sure she still does this, and I hope she does. Because they'll get asked to be put in content.
Right.
Well, Lauren, we used to be like, well, you have to pay them. So their bank accounts aren't too bad.
That's good. It's a good start.
It
I'm
is.
sure you guys watch
they
that,
could
too.
probably. I'm sure they could be close to paying for college. I'm sure.
So is
Lord.
but it's like I'm sure it's under your guys's.
No,
Maybe
no,
so.
no. They have no. Oh no, we're like, this is what you pay us. Like when we're married, this is what you pay us. You want them? This is what you're paying them.
Wow. So they have access to that money, or I'm sure you
No,
guys are
not-
watching it. Right?
It's a college fund, so
Okay,
they can't touch it
perfect.
till college. Yeah.
Perfect. That I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah,
it's probably
no,
there's
yeah,
some
oh, no.
parenting in that where it's like.
And I'll give credit to my ex on that one. She was all about that and pushed that, and I was like, oh, and she did that, so that was awesome. And I saw her, I'm like, good for them.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah,
That's a
it
great
is.
start,
It
too.
is a good start. And like, I mean, can you imagine all of a sudden, I mean, I played college baseball as a JUCO here,
Mhm.
so I paid like $600 a semester or something. I don't even know. It was like shit, nothing. Where, but my Lauren, we had to pay her. I think her loan was like $60K we had to pay off,
Really?
something like that. I think it's up there. I forgot. It was high though, or 40 or something. And I was like, this isn't, because she went to a private Catholic college, St. Bonaventure.
That's where my dad went. Yep.
Really?
I know St. Bonaventure.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, the
Snows all year long.
yes, I've been there
Never
once.
see
It's actually a
grass?
really cool campus. But I think Chaparral is actually bigger than St. Bonaventure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we had more students at Chaparral than they did, which is funny to think about. But no wonder their fees are so high.
Mhm.
But again, it took her years to pay off, and then she had me help. We had paid it off, and
Yeah.
so at least I'll have that head start.
Yeah.
Because she didn't have that. So that was us working and not only paying for life, but then paying for pay her college off that.
Yeah.
She did not use that degree ever. So,
Mhm.
but she had fun.
So she wants the kids to go to school.
She will,
you're
for
against
sure.
It. To
Yeah.
me, it's like if you want to go somewhere else and experience a different culture, have at it. Like I grew up in Jersey, went to school in Arizona. For me, that's what counts. Is that I
Right.
got a completely different experience.
That's what I want. I want them to have the college experience.
Like the curriculum side of it. I
I don't give a shit
never
about the
believed
curriculum.
in.
I don't care about it. I don't think that's going to benefit them unless Vivian or Alice are like, I want to be a doctor. I want to be, because doctor sure the hell better go to school.
Mhm.
Engineer, an architect, whatever it is. Yes, go to school, please. If she's like, Dad, I want to hop in the family business, I'm like, okay, go for 2 years, be safe, have fun, get the experience, get your ass to start working.
Yeah.
That's my whole side of the family's been that way, and my mom's side, I mean, they all kill it. They all do very well for themselves, and now let me tell you something, they're very, very hard workers.
Yeah.
They are not. No one in our family's scared of work. So
Hard workers will tell you that, and at the same time, as long as you're motivated, I feel like Vivian and Alistair, like
Yes.
you have a learning tree to learn from.
correct.
They're right in front of you.
So and they'll see mom, dad wherever they go. Mom, dad, both sides that are both hard workers. Lauren's a hard worker. I am, and so they'll see that, and they're gonna, they feed off what they see,
Mhm.
right? So, and the second they can start working, they're gonna be in my office. I mean, I remember when I started, I was like a receptionist for my mom when I was super young, And I don't think she paid. I don't know. She might have paid me. I don't think so. But anyways, I was always in there. My sisters were in there. Or I'd go work with my dad during the summers, out on the tree farm and, 115 degrees outside, digging up plants and stuff. And it's just,
that's good.
what you gotta do, but you hate it at the time. And then it's one of those things coming, years down the road, like, thank you for doing that.
Oh, I
Thank you for doing that.
I remember when the giant pile of mulch would come into my driveway, and my dad's like, "It's here." I'm like, "Why? Why? Like, what is this going to teach me later on?"
Yeah. At the time, you're like, but then all of a sudden, you're like, okay. Later on, you're like, all right, thank you.
I'd be like walking down the driveway. I'm like, "Oh, there it is. I'm gonna have to do this when I get off the bus later."
You're right.
But Vivian, Alistair, and then Mateo, Buddy, Birdie, all cool names in the family.
Yeah,
Alice.
Yeah, Vivian. Birdie, Buddy, Mateo, Vivian, Alice.
Like when you're picking out baby names, this is like they got to be cool names, or like obviously I have special meeting and like.
So Vivian was actually I wanted Vivian to be Ella.
Okay.
Lauren nixed it instantly. Lauren actually liked it, but she's like, no, I want Vivian James. And I'm like, ooh, that's a cool name. I'm like, cool. No meaning to it. Cool name. She gave me free reins at Alice, and it's Alice Jude. So my grandma helped raise me too. My mom had me at 21, my sister's at 19. So, they're babies. So I was around my grandparents a lot. My grandma's name's Alice, and my mom's middle name is Jude. So that's after St. Jude, the saint of all lost causes. And then Alice is just my grandma's name. So, which then Lauren's like, actually, I love that name. So it all worked out.
Yeah.
My grandma's she's a spicy lady. She's a tough one. And Alice is just like her. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have named you Alice because she is a spicy little girl, but I love it. I mean, she's like my little boy in a sense.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Like a tomboy?
Oh, yeah, tackle boys. She don't care.
Oh, that's awesome.
Has a scar already, stitches. She's like one of those.
That's honestly probably, speaking from no experience again, but you being a dad, like getting to watch like little versions of you almost.
Right.
Like half Lauren, half you.
Right.
It's like, oh my God, like that's totally me right there.
Yeah, like the little blonde hair, blue eyes, me, and then Vivian is Lauren. I mean, there's no denying it. She's Lauren. And I mean, my mom took them to get their hair blowout, I think, where they do their hair, whatever. You have V with a magazine waiting like this.
Yep.
And then you have Alice like, like, yes. I'm like, good for you, Alice.
Yeah.
But it's actually super cute. I love it. But so they definitely have their personalities. But I was so scared to have kids. And then now raising them is like, I cannot imagine never having a kid. I mean, I would have more in a heartbeat. I mean, it's like it's the hardest thing you can do and the most gratifying thing that you can do. They're just, you're in charge of not making this thing die.
Yeah.
You got to keep it alive.
Yeah.
And then they rub off on you, but then it's like, I'm watching a show the other day with them and watching one of their crazy, I don't even know, they watch the craziest crap now. But it's like both like fighting who can sit on dad and hug and hold. And I'm just like, that's just its own kind of love. It's like the only way you can experience it if you have kids.
Yeah.
And man, and I understand people don't want to because they are very tough.
Yeah.
But that right there, like you have that, I don't even care if it's like 5 minutes of that, that's worth all the pain that they, kick, scratch, or whatever it is. So.
I mean, once you get to a certain age, it's like, as long as you raised them right, they're going to be fine.
Right.
Like those first few years, toddler years, I'm sure, like nightmares, especially like you're out in public and they're screaming and you're just like, oh God, like part of you feels like you're a bad parent. It's like, did I raise them right? Because I'm sure, dude, I hear it's true that the more you have, like the less stressed you are in a way, or it's like if they hit their head on something, you're like, oh, that happens with kids.
Oh, 100%.
First one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Well, it's funny. Actually, I literally just sent like a meme to my ex. I think it was like last week because it popped up. I was on Reels or whatever, and it was knowing my child's alive, but my brain's saying they're probably not breathing right now while they're sleeping.
Yeah.
And I was like, because she'd be like, "Go check." I'm like, "Don't do that. Like, you're gonna wake them up. We got them down finally." She's like, "Whether they're not breathing, or she's not breathing." It's Vivian. I'm like, "She's breathing. Don't worry." Like literally, we had this thing where these people that straight where it's like they'd wear it so you knew their heartbeat everything 24/7. I'm like, this is a little crazy. I'm like, this makes me feel crazy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, you gotta, So, and then now Alice, so yeah, just go run into walls, do whatever you gotta do. You'll be okay. Like,
And your mother probably is at that stage too, where it's like grandkids. I can literally do whatever I want with them,
Yep.
and then just send them back to you guys.
it's literally what they do, and I'm like, you gotta stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, or
Get them all
John,
hopped up on ice cream or something.
yeah, well, Johnny, her husband, all the time keeps seeing sneak treats. I'm like, Johnny, I love you, but you're leaving in like 5 minutes, and I have to deal with this shit. It's like, he's like, I know, but I'm grandpa. I'm like, no, I get it,
Yeah.
but stop.
And he's great with the kids too.
Oh, they love him.
Does
They
he
love him.
have any?
He has
grandkids
two
with-
kids himself. So
Okay.
yeah, he has Zach and Maya, which actually Maya will be here in 2 days. We're very close to them. We're like brothers and sisters.
So it like worked out perfectly.
Worked out perfect. We love them to death. They're too good. He raised 2 good kids. Zach is in Bend, Oregon, and she goes to FSU, which is Tallahassee. Is that no?
Florida State,
Is that Tallahassee?
Seminole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tallahassee.
Is it? Right.
It's close in that
Alright.
area. It's like Winter Gardens, Florida.
Okay. I think she's FSU. She's gonna kill me if she's not. So Maya, I know you'll see this, but I think you're FSU. Anyways, two really good kids, man. He raised them right, and they're workers, and they just meshed with us. So it's been nice. So
And talk about someone who had a stressful job all those years.
Oh,
Like,
God.
he was the guy that had to like lay off people
Oh,
and
yeah.
deal with bitchy talents.
oh yeah,
lot
but
of
the one thing
egos.
he was the perfect person for it because he's just. If you ever get to talk to Johnny's just like you'd understand. Like he's very organized and factual. So he's just trying to tell you like this is why, and like how he delivers is like 99% of the time it's like okay, thank you. You know, they probably shook his hand like thank you for the time here.
Yeah.
You obviously get your oddballs, but
Because naturally, you're just like, through no fault of his own, the guy that he laid me off.
right.
Like, in your
Yeah,
brain,
F
you're like,
you.
I hate that guy.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like he never really got there. Everyone's still like he still gets such a good rapport from anyone he laid off anything. They all love him, and I get it. I mean, he's a good guy, and everyone knows. And this is one thing though, he treated him so damn good while they're there. It's like I think it was so hard to be upset. They, in the end, business is business,
Yeah.
and if they really think it's Johnny's decision, they shouldn't be in that business. They're idiots. Everyone knows whose decision it is.
Yeah.
It's Vince. Vince makes every single call. Everything you see that happens is Vince's call.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just the micromanager of the century.
Yeah, 100%. And, the one that he trusted Johnny with is also putting matches together as well because he's really good at that. He has a good vision. But still, he had to show him, like, hey, this is what we're going to do. And, 50% of the time, Vince's like, I don't want that. And everyone would be like, this is going to be amazing.
Yes, Vince.
Yep. And you're just like, okay. All right, we won't do it.
That's probably what like Paul always struggled with before he finally got the reins. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes now.
Right.
It's like maybe he's involved, maybe he's not.
I don't
You
even
never
what
know,
the hell
right?
is happening, yeah.
It's like yeah, Vince isn't in charge anymore, but it's like, is he lying to us? He might be lying to us.
I think they're trying to sell it now. I don't
Yeah,
even
they
know.
sold it to
Oh, they
Endeavor.
sold.
So them
That's right.
and the UFC.
That's right.
owner
Yes,
merged.
that's correct.
It's
That's
like
right.
a $40 billion.
They need to go.
endeavor.
I mean, Dana would never do it, but I'm like, Dana, go take over for a year.
Just swap?
Just get in shape, dude. But he wouldn't want to take that on. No way.
No,
That makes so much money and why would you do that?
no.
But yeah, so yeah, he did. You're right. He sold. So it's I hope they keep thriving because I still have friends in that, and But I also I love that they got AEW too because finally that's some sort of like real competition.
It's like that. I feel like that's Brian's just like bread and butter. Like, I'm a
is,
pro wrestler. I
Yeah.
get to be a pro wrestler.
And they listen to Brian. So Khan.
Tony's just a fan at heart, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And obviously he runs that, but it's Dad's money, and which I think, oh gosh, he got rich off what? I think he made a bumper for Nissan.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, it was something to do with
Bumpers, right? Am I
Yeah,
right?
something simple like that.
He was broke, came over here with nothing,
Yep.
made a bumper, and they, whatever. So
Buys the Jacksonville Jaguars,
Yes.
soccer clubs.
Yeah.
He's like,
Which
oh,
is
you want to
all-
start your own pro wrestling
Yeah.
competition to compete with WWE potentially
Yeah.
one day? Yeah, here's
Go
few
go
billion
compete against
dollars.
a juggernaut. And they're doing, you know, I know they keep growing and growing, and I know they give Brian some pretty free reign of like helping with creative,
Yeah.
and that's what he loves. It's just because Brian's obsessed with it. Brian
He's the type of guy that'll be like up late just watching YouTube videos
100%.
about pro wrestling. And
he'll just watch. He'll watch, like, I'd walk in and he has like 1993 WrestleMania on. You know, I'm like, he just truly loves it, and so he knows how to get a crowd going, bring them up, bring them back down. So, you know, and he knows how to do all that. So he gave him a little. I think they gave him like. I think it's one of the deals we went over. It's like, you have to let me be sort of creative too. He's like, please, you know, Tony's like, please.
yeah.
And it's benefiting them big time because he's very good at it. So.
Mhm. And for Tony too, that's got to be a lot of pressure to put on himself to be like, oh wow, I have all of these great Hall of Fame-esque professional wrestlers coming over here. We want to start something completely fresh to turn the fan base back over. Where
Right.
WWE was kind of just like suffocating people with their repeated storylines. It's like, I want them to be themselves and to have creative freedom. It takes a lot of pressure off of me because these guys are probably like the John Moxleys of the world.
Right,
It's
yeah.
just rebirthed.
Uh-huh.
And then you get to introduce like the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, all of these wrestlers that
Right.
the average wrestling fan really wasn't introduced to until that era, unless you were like a hardcore wrestling fan.
Right. And you know, I think one of the tough parts is probably because they go back to, like, you know, I think Brian goes by the American Dragon, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you know, it's like, so if you really knew who he was, you know, he started out as the American Dragon.
He got to like really come full circle with his character.
Yeah,
It's
and then he
cool.
went as Daniel Bryan, but obviously he can't go as Daniel Bryan because that's WWE's. So they change it up, but you know, they understand that, you know, it's a live sitcom in a sense, you know, really is, you know, but with live action in it. Like, people are like, it's fake.
You
I'm
guys
like,
are live.
listen, it's scripted. It's not fake. I've seen my sister broke her neck.
Yeah.
It's not fucking fake. It's not fake. If it was fake, her neck would not be broken. She's literally not Brianna just picked up skiing and snowboarding, or skiing, I think. And Nicole's like, it's getting, and her doctor's like, don't even do a bunny hill. You fall down the wrong way with whiplash, it could be the end of it. You know, I'm like, guys, it's not fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's entertainment. First of all, let me tell you something. NFL and NBA are actually entertainment companies. They are not sports
They
companies.
really are.
They're literally licensed. I think they're under the same license as a WWE. Technically, they're allowed to set up their games, and it's not illegal.
Yeah.
Which is shocking to me because you're allowed to bet on them, and you can't bet on WWE, obviously.
They're changing that though, if you haven't heard.
No, you can bet on WWE.
Yeah.
Really?
There was one, I don't know if it's MGM or FanDuel. I think WrestleMania 39 you were allowed to make bets on,
Really?
which is crazy.
Yeah, because stuff gets leaked all the time.
My thing with that, my one example was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 31. You can't bet that Seth Rollins is going to cash in the Money in the Bank contract before
Right.
the match ends. It's like that is a scripted thing, and that's what WWE does. It's
Right.
like it's a sitcom, like you said.
Yeah,
it's a soap
exactly.
opera. It's like, but if you're betting 50 G's on that,
I know.
like your mortgage on it, it's like, I didn't know that was going to happen.
Right.
You didn't even get that option to bet on that.
Right. And that's why you should never bet on that, because they love twisting stuff.
Mm-hmm. And that's what makes it a story.
Correct. It's exactly what makes the story. It's you want to keep people, keep people guessing, right? So you never know what's going to happen, type deal. But yeah, but I mean, they're all that way. I mean, I get it. It's different. You know, those guys are playing basketball stuff, but it's not scripted. Although, I don't know, Arian Foster has different things to
That's
say
right, that's
about
right.
the NFL. He had to be hurt week 6, and he's going to pull a hammy on week 6 to be out 3 weeks, whatever it was. And that stuff's a little scary to me. But
Yeah.
again, it's not fake.
No.
It's not. People say that, and I'm like, it's not. It's just scripted, guys. So,
I feel like there's a lot of hidden pro wrestling fans out there too. I'll admit, I was one of them. When I was a kid,
oh yeah,
when I was a kid, I would sneak it. I'd hear my dad coming around the corner back to like the Yankee game. It's like, what are you watching? I'm just watching the baseball game.
right.
When I first got into it, and I feel like there's a lot of people I hear in interviews that are like, yeah, so like, it's fake, right? The Undertaker is going to body slam, what's his name? Triple R? It's like, no, you know his name.
Yeah,
Don't
his
fake
name.
it.
Yeah.
Like you're invested in the storyline too.
Right.
But no, it's like
yeah.
athlete. Like you're an athlete.
The only book I ever read when I was a kid was The Rock's, Actually, no. I read The Rock's in somewhere. I can't read. Oh, My Cement. Those are two. But anyways, I was like, I love The Rock's book. The Rock's my guy.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I sort of faded out a little bit in high school, and then it was cool to get back into it when my sisters got into it. Because I
feel like it was a big switch from the Attitude Era, where it felt real.
Attitude Era was amazing.
And then all of a sudden, all right, we're going from WWF to WWE. We're bringing in John Cena, who's just like, Dwayne always called him like a fruity pebble, like a walkie-talking fruity pebble. It's just hard to be invested in.
What? I mean, it was. Because, I mean, you had Stone Cold come out to The Rock and Undertaker. I mean, and it was just like, you heard... The difference was, now Brian actually, he sort of did, and his music was still a little lighter, but like everything, the music, like punch you in the face, their walkout music, and you were just like, your hair was
Stone Cold, the glass shattering.
Or
to this day.
Triple H with
Motorhead, I think is one of the best entrance songs
Ace of
all
Spades.
time.
I think it's Ace of Spades, right?
The Game.
No, The Game.
Yep.
Sorry.
And then Edge's with Alter Bridge. I think in today's game, I'm like, that is the greatest entrance song of all time.
And I get it. Obviously, the licensing deal happened with all of it, so they like make their own music. So like Brian's is good, like that. It's almost like, you got you amped, like he's gonna run out, and like and then all of a sudden that sort of changed, and now they all have like sort of create their own stuff. I was like, it's a little softer now. Like, oh, this is cool, they're coming out. But it's like when the Rock came out, you're like, oh shit, the Rock's coming out.
Yep.
When Cold Stone came out, you're like, oh my God, here we go. Like, what's gonna happen? It's a little. The Attitude Era was. I mean, I don't think anything's gonna touch the Attitude Era. My sisters obviously were the main parts to really revolutionize the women's, which is awesome. So that's cool to see them grow that. And I mean, many women did. There's Lita before them, Trish before them. But my sisters obviously, I think, sort of really helped take that reins and make sure that movement kept going. AJ was great, and Soraya, Paige. And, it's cool. So to see that as well, I think when my sisters came in, it's more about the women really growing over like these badass dudes. So it's like Brian wasn't a badass. Brian was like the technical wrestler who you knew you were going to get a freaking great match.
I think Jericho called him a squeaky clean nerd on a broadcast a few months ago. I'm like, it's nicest guy in wrestling.
Yeah, he is a nice guy in wrestling, and he's there to wrestle. And, you didn't really have your Attitude Era boys at all, And so it's cool. So the women took over at that point, I felt, and which is really cool because they need to grow that. I mean, when I go with my sisters, it's like these young girls are coming up to them, and like, oh my gosh, we idolize you, we love wrestling now, and like, I'm like, you would have never watched wrestling ever, So, if it wasn't for my sisters and Paige and AJ and Natalia, and so, which is cool, and so and Renee was the announcer, but she was awesome. She's funny. She's a comedian. So it sort of shows like a different aspect. Like, hey, look, women, you can also come in here and be like an announcer. And it's just really cool. I loved how they grew that. And Stephanie McMahon obviously, she's the matriarch. So
of course, kind of the master Rolodex where kind of all the moving pieces take place.
Which I love her. I've gotten to meet her numerous times. She's an amazing person. So really, really, really good person. So
like your guys' experience in WWE, obviously, for the most part, all thumbs up. Like, great people, great things.
Yeah, 100%.
This might, before we went on air, I told you, like, just say no comment if there's...
I
have a feeling this might be one of those.
Yeah,
They just rebranded to the Garcia twins. They took away Nikki Bella. Was that because of anything, or are they just going...
WWE owns the name.
Okay, so
they're no longer with WWE.
Okay.
That's all.
So as simple as that.
Simple as that. They thought it was time to go and just be themselves and not be connected to WWE. It's just time. Any company, sometimes you move on, and they'll say, my sisters will never have a negative word to say about WWE.
Yeah.
They love it. They know that, in sense, I hate to say it, but it's like the hand that fed them for such a long time, let them get where they're at, and now it's just time for them to go on their own. And I know it's a nerve-wracking thing for them, but
for sure.
But they're already thriving on it, which is great. I mean, I think they realize they're thriving. So
like, it must be cool at the end of the day to use like the real family name to kind of build that legacy too.
It is, and it is awesome, and it gives you, it gives them more free reign to do whatever they want. And
Why
So,
was Bella picked? That the Bella twins.
because they're Mexican Italian, I think just they're beautiful.
Is that what Bella is?
Bella's beautiful in
Okay,
Italian.
okay.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me. Obviously, my sisters really know, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Man, that's so long ago. So
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of cool things are going on with them. The last thing I want to ask you,
yes.
because you're bouncing around all over the place. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah.
You guys are so ingrained in this. At least your family is, right?
Yeah.
And having Brian obviously being the wrestling fiend mind that he is. I don't know so much with your kids, but like it's probably always a thought in the back of your mind, like, you know, their uncle's wrestling, you know, everything's going on. Like, a part of you ever think any of these kids are going to want to get into it, have that itch in pro wrestling? Because you had the itch, your sisters had the itch.
My kids won't be allowed.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're already like, no shot.
I just
I'm
saw
gonna protect
I
you.
seen my sister's bodies gone. I see what their bodies are now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, the next 10 years, my sisters, there'll be aches and pains every day. People don't realize what they do.
Yeah.
It's a thing too. You have to realize they did Monday Night Raw, cool, but no, they did like 3 live shows before that weren't aired.
Yeah.
Just in small towns, getting body slammed every day, and they put their body through hell. Brianna, I know Teo won't. Teo, I cannot see Nicole doing it. Brie and Brian, that's the one. Buddy's I love that kid. I love all my nieces and nephews. But Buddy, I can see doing it. And Birdie, she has the ability.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I just think they know how their bodies feel. I can't see them doing it. Maybe. I mean, those are the 2, possibly. The other 3, no way.
I feel like Nicole and Brianna would stay away from it too, where Brian would be like, I'll
Yeah.
train you. I'll
You're
train
right.
you both.
Now, don't get me wrong. If Vivian's 18 and she's like, Dad, this is what I want to do.
It's her,
I'm big.
it's her life.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I disagree with you, but I support you. And how can I help you?
But like we were saying before, whether it's like starting a business, going through the trials and tribulations of that, you guys, your family is a great resource
Correct.
to go through. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Brianna could say like, no, like Nicole broke her neck. It's like, just no, like that's something,
Right.
that's a possibility.
She can't ride a horse. She can't go skiing. Like, that's a possibility. Like, you know, and I'll tell you now, Nicole really wants to go skiing. And she's like, I can't. Literally, she just can't. I mean, her life is on the line. It's crazy to think about. Like, so.
Even Mr. Laurinaitis got in the ring there for a little bit, right? Like,
Well,
that's tough.
It's crazy. I saw a video.
Brother was like one half of the Road Warriors too.
Yeah.
Like he's entrenched in it.
Yeah, well, he wrestled for years in Japan. So Johnny didn't always talk like that. They messed up and they kicked him in the throat and hit his vocal box, and that's why, you know, he talks like, you know, like, that's why he talks like.
Now, though.
I actually saw, it's crazy. I saw a video of him talking like in like the 80s or something, and he had his normal voice. I'm like, holy shit, you sound like that? He's like, yeah, that's my voice. I'm like, that's so weird because I've only obviously known him with that
Like,
raspy.
that's so unfair.
I know, like, but man, yeah, they used to call him Johnny Ace was his name, and he'd come down on a skateboard, I guess.
That's
so.
right, with his long locks.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, they don't want to, sure, but I will be definitely pointing them in different directions.
Well, I'll be praying for you guys the day that comes. We're going to have that conversation. But I appreciate you coming on today, man.
Yeah.
At the Vacation JJ on social media.
At the Vacation
I always
JJ.
get that wrong, so pat on the back to get that right. This was episode 680 of the podcast, guys, with JJ Garcia. Check it out. Remember to head on over to our sponsor, OSNAP Active Lifestyle, here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Check out that link, osnap.com/Jack O'Hara. Thanks again so much, JJ.
Hey, appreciate everything.
Awesome, man.